Mm-hmm. Brand new one. Brand spanking new one. They give us they. It's only because they give us a deal. The company a deal. Should start coming back down now. We just hit a pretty major level. Uh, I'll be starting to look for. Uh, Let me load a couple more days on this. Load a few more days. Let's go. I don't know. Okay, pretty decent level here that we just hit on the upside. Um, so if we get pushed back down in another rally, I'll start to look for the sells again. Where could this thing go? That's not big enough for a circuit breaker, is it? Oh, really? Okay, let's think about this for a minute longer. I'll trade A plus setups. That's what I said I'm going to do all day. That's what I'm going to do. Update some of these levels here. Nope. Knife. You did what now? Oh, just left. I can't stay for the rest of the afternoon. I wish I could, but I've got had something come up this afternoon, so I can spend about an hour here with us, and then I got to roll, which sucks because it should be a pretty fun afternoon. Uh, cool. You and Mullet Mania. I don't see stretches at the end of the day. That's odd. Stan, what's up? Kevin, Lulu, Gunner, Sugar Britches, Nick, what's up, buddy? Jim, hi to Coach Brian. Um, Say what? Who was that? Oh, D nice. What? I know that. So guess what? On that move down, I a lot, a lot. That's why I have a new Bulldogs account. And this was even though I hit that $500 loss on the M&Q. This is what I'm at on the M&Q on that same account that I took $500 loss on. There it is. That's where I'm at on that account that I took a $500 loss on earlier. The one I'm trading the M&Q with. That was decent, right? I took a $500 loss when I was trading the NQ this morning on the M&Q, the account one of the accounts I trade the M&Q on, and then as it ran down, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to turn back on the tick century short and put this puppy in a few contracts and let it run down, and got $1,400 pretty easy on that one. Out from a $500 hole too. So that was like a $1,900 trade in the M&Q. Um, I mean, technically we are up. I guess we could look for, or we're up right now, but we could possibly look for. I just don't like. So you pass an eval on that run up. Where'd you get in at? Yeah, that triple bottom was definitely there, uh, and it came with a good buy signal. That would have been nifty. Maybe we'll get a good trade set up here in the hour, and I'll get this account passed with a couple trades. Not trading this junk though. ES. So this is what I was looking at here, guys. Let's look at this one more time on the NQ. That's a pretty strong level we just bounced off of on from the long side. So if you really want to know long, you've got to look for it back down around 440. Oh, boom, done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, 440. If you really wanted long on the NQ, or back up around this what 55 6 was where it come from, 590 600, and then on the ES 54. Oh yeah, remember we had 54 as a strong level on the ES as well, so I like that. And we're back to on the ES this area I marked off that I have caution at. um, Caution flags between 655 and 635 on the ES. So if we can stay below that, I'm still looking for the sell signals. I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, we stay below six. Yeah. I'm convinced on that one now. So the same level that we'd stay below in the NQ would be probably that five, whatever that is, 590 ish. That doesn't make any sense, Lulu. That doesn't make any sense at all.
It it bounced off itself. If the cart doesn't move, do you whip the cart or the horse? You know, I mean, come on.
The card doesn't. Scalping.
See, okay, now,
I don't understand
I
when you guys were scalping when you were in a market that you could take big winners on, though. Oh, good. Okay. Good trading. Good trading. Let's see here. And if I don't get a trade I like before I have to leave, then so be it. I'm pretty happy with where I'm sitting at today.
When you say scalp, okay, so this is what I don't understand. Like, okay, when especially in the NQ, and Paul talks about this a lot, it comes down and it bounces and you get a scalp, right? And then he showed his P&L and it's like 140. It's like blah blah blah. What is the block? What is the bracket order or if we use Ninja, the ATM that you're using to catch those, make that money and leave yourself a runner? Because I I'm not getting that, I guess, because right, right.
So let me answer the
Were
question right.
you
Right.
grabbing?
Well, let me answer your question the right way. The bracket order ATM would probably be the same one you'd use, because what the way it would work is you have targets that you want to take off early, and then your stop is automatically moved to a financial gain place. If it comes back and takes your stop, that's technically a scalp. You get
Okay, so
25, $50 or $100 on the NQ, $145 on the NQ, something like that.
do you have times when it says do you have times when it says, well, it won't move your stop because the trade is
Well, you have a if you well no, so you
am
pick
I
your bracket
too
order,
close?
pick the ATM you want to use for the market condition you're in. So like me personally, I don't change my bracket orders that much or ATM. Paul
Right,
uses like 6 or 7 different ATMs or
right.
bracket orders, whatever you want to call it. I have like two per an asset. That's it. Because I take the same trade over and over. He takes and I there's certain market conditions I won't trade. Same for Lulu. There's certain market condition like this, I'm not going to trade it. Whereas Paul would probably scalp a 77 long or short or 26 long or short from this. I won't do it.
Right.
Um, and it's just in my rule
So
set.
it's basically I need to broaden my bracket order horizons and
Well, do you need to, or do you need to decide what market conditions are good for you to trade first?
well, considering I only really got one bracket order, I probably should have at least one more, right? I
Uh,
mean,
well, maybe you and I should do a coaching session.
that's what I'd like. Let's do that. Let's plan that.
Reach out to Miss Paulina to get on my calendar for next week,
Okay.
and we'll do a coaching session. We'll review some of your trades and stuff, um, or just do it in here. I'll coach you literally in front of everybody here.
And
Uh,
I don't mind.
I know you don't mind.
That's that's the thing is that's why I said I have lots of notes.
I'm going to be here anyway. So, well, while the market's doing this, let's talk about your trading right now. You know, you can, but you don't know what things suit you until you try it, right?
Right.
You don't know if Paul's style is going to be better for you, or my vanilla plain take the same freaking trade over and over. We'll do it. Now he takes the same trade over and over
So
too. Just you know, he just has a wider array of trades he will take on like the fib levels, and uh, he'll take he takes different entries than me. So we don't know, you know, if you had to guess, because Paul here, I'll give you an idea. Paul, if he was shorting this, he would have been in here, like probably like right here at 586, where as I would probably have a sell stop in, and I'd be in at 575.
so
So which one do you think suits you better?
here's what I want. I want your style. I want to see what's setting up, put a sell stop or buy stop in at an area, have it come hit it, and then know that, know that, and then work on faster reaction.
Yeah.
Does
Well,
that make sense?
yeah, it does. It does. And the other thing is Paul takes more trades than I take. I take way
Sure.
less trades.
Yeah. And the thing is you guys are, I mean, you're both profitable traders,
Yeah.
but I think one of the key things I have learned from you guys, and you've said it 2 or 3 times here, and have learned from, others watching others is, what is your style? What is your personality, right?
Mhm.
I could never be a swing trader because I don't want to set and stress over.
I used to be. I used to be a swing
Did
trader.
you? I
Yeah, I
couldn't
still
do it,
swing.
man.
I have a net core short on the ES right now that I've had for since we started moving back to. So I do it on a different platform, different account. But since what day did I do it? I started here, so it was last week. When I put the short out the other day or last week when I said I was looking for the short
Uh,
and for Premiere, it was yeah, it was Thursday I think of last week. No, let me look here. Hold on a second. Where did I go into that one at? Yeah, no, it was after this rally here. So that was sorry, it was this day. 11:14. I've been holding that core short, and I added one. Added one. What was it? Monday when I sent that out, and then I took that off in profit, and then tonight I won't be able to add another one. So normally I'll go like one, keep one core at some level I like, and then rally back up, and then keep one core. So
yeah.
anyway, not talking
Well,
about swing trading now, but
the thing is it's good to know that, but I don't even know, like, I don't even understand yet, like you said, the key level that I like. I gotta figure out, what am I seeing that I like, don't like, right?
what
Bec
right.
and so that's where I need to get to, is this, I like this level, I like this, and I look back and I set levels, and today I set a level before, way before, and then we got up at the 244.16, right? By looking back on my chart on the NQ, I set that level and it's right in the middle of one of your levels that you set. So I know I'm gaining, right?
Right.
The visualizing where everything should be, but I'm not there yet. I'm not
That's
to
just
that
time.
point.
That's a couple. You'll be a couple months in before you get close to that. That's just about how long it typically takes people. So and the thing is, you're logging your trades though, right?
Do what? Yeah, I'm logging
You're
my trades.
Yeah. So this is what I would suggest doing. Make sure you have the trades categorized. I was going to say, hold on a second. If we get up here a little bit higher on the NQ and it structures upright, meaning again, what am I looking for? I'm looking for these little tiny consolidation patterns and the double top. So if that sets up right a little bit higher, I'm gonna look at a short here.
Okay.
Um, so this is what I suggest everybody do is uh, do some statistical analysis of your trades. Meaning, but you need to track them by by the setup and by the setup and by the bias, long or short. And so you'd be able to say small consolidation breakouts. I win 76% of the time. Uh, Bigger M's, I win 62% of the time. Stuff like that. Um, and you'll get an idea. If you have enough data right now, because you've probably taken enough trades, you'll have an idea that whether or not what that'll actually tell you what your style is. To be honest with you, that's the easiest way to do it. So
Okay.
that's what I'll task you with that today or tomorrow. Get that done. Go back and just run the numbers on what percentage of the time do I win doing X, and then does that make sense?
Yes.
So whatever X is, if it's
Whatever
a
it is.
yeah, if it's just nothing more than HMA cross with stochastics ever bought. If it's that's one X. The other one is like I talk about all the time, these small consolidation breakouts, bear flags, bull flags, you know, uh, first touch rules, bigger M's, bigger double tops, double bottoms, anything that you're taking that uh, what whatever makes sense to you. I missed this short earlier. I really wanted that one.
Okay. So I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah,
Like, some of
that's.
that I don't,
But if we can
it,
talk through that, if you can get that data and we talk through it, then then we'll be able to easily figure out what style of trader you are, and then you'll easily figure out what trades are the ones that you should take, and usually how many trades you should be taking, what market conditions work well for you, what market conditions don't work well for you.
Okay.
That's how we know. That's how we figure that out. That's just a process.
Like right now, okay, so this NQ right here coming up, you know, it's setting up, and that's a double bottom, right?
Well, it was not anymore.
Was not now. It broke through it, but yeah, it was. So would you on that? So say that's set up the way we wanted it. Would you at that 26 line? Would you put your buy order and see if that come up and
If I were
maybe
looking for
start
a long,
bouncing? Yeah, if you were looking for a
yeah,
long.
I'd have a buy stop probably right around 26. Yeah,
But a long right now is, kind of
not
against
smart.
the trend, right? So we
Yeah,
shouldn't
you're
be doing
fighting
that.
everything.
Yeah.
This is a level I wanted to sell from. It just didn't set up the way I want. Here, it just didn't set up the way I wanted to set up.
Okay, so explain that. So you got two pin tops, right?
I'm
Tweezer
not
tops,
really good.
whatever.
I call these V tops. I mean, you got
V
that
tops,
one.
okay.
You got that one wick there on that one, but oh man, this is going back down again. Here we go. Are we gonna hit the circuit breaker?
Oh, are we below where it was before? No, not yet.
So setting
Not
up
quite.
here, let's just talk about this real quick. Let me squeeze this up. I'd like to get a rally that we could see a good setup on. I'll show you.
No.
But
Well,
when
it's
I say
rallying.
setting up, like I'll look at this candle here
Yep.
as like a candle I want to trade. But what do I want to see after that? I want to see a couple wicks up here. I want to see another candle that sits beside these, and then that way I can have a clear cut. This is where price stalled out at, and then I'll wait. That's just me. That's what I look for. That's what I want. Or what the other thing I would have wanted. So it didn't. When I say it didn't sit up right, the other thing I would say is it comes up here, comes down, stops here, comes back up, hits there, and makes something with a wick here. I would take that somewhere this way. The It's about the. I mean, gotta be honest with you. Those are about the only two things I do.
Okay, well, so that's good. So you look at that first candle there with the big wicks.
Yeah.
Right? Spinning top, whatever they want to call it. I'm using the
Whatever.
terms, right? I know, but
Indecision candle.
it makes, indecision candle. Then you look at the next candle that's made, and then what you have is a candle body inside of the body of the green candle.
That's what I like. I like seeing that. Yes.
Yes, which is what you want to see.
And if this would have come with a wick, this right here, if this one would have come with a wick, right here, that would have been set up right for me because you'd had 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that all stopped, and I like to draw the boxes around this
Right
setup here, and they all stopped in the same spot. If I got those 4 candles that did, I just don't. Now that I look at it, it was a decent setup, but it just wasn't something I saw in the moment.
right.
And if it doesn't look like it's setting up right in the moment, here, watch. I'll tell you right now. If a candle breaks above 380,
Yeah,
that would become a long setup. Now, do we want to trade a long setup right now? No, but it would become a long setup. If it doesn't break above it, you go down to the next level. So maybe even a little bit higher than 380, but somewhere above right here.
right.
And I do the same thing, and I'll show you like over and over on this, but it's just Groundhog's Day for me. It's ES NQ. This is set up right. This is a picture. This one right here is a picture of what I like to see.
What you like to see. Okay.
Yeah.
Then okay, so let's take that up. Okay, so I understand that, like the 4 candles, it's setting up correctly for a stop coming up, a stop, wick, top wicks, that 4th candle being, beside the other, wickier the better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top wick, and then you like that setup. So now when you say that setup isn't perfect with all 4 of those, and you get the 3 candles and looks pretty good, and then you said if it comes down, then comes back up and makes a double top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd take like a pin top or any type or tweezer top with the 2 candles right there.
Yep.
At that time, because now you're double double top is kind of your high performance
Yeah,
strategy
because
you're looking at. And so I mean, it just gives it more power. You can take the candles a little bit serious, a little less serious, and the double top a little more serious to give you that confidence.
think about it like this, though. Think about it like this. If you took this, here, let me do this real quick. Let me move this over and squish it up, move it over so we don't get. But actually, I'll just do this full screen. So if you take this, this scenario here, okay. So we've got the, I'm just waiting for a rally to sell, or maybe I don't take another trade today. So you got this setup starting to happen with this wick and the body of this candle. It's this doji really. Then you got another candle here, this full body candle, another full body, and then it takes off here. So this is kind of the structure. But if this were to come down,
right,
maybe like here, and then push back up to here, then I'm just extending this over here.
Okay.
And that creates my extra candles that I needed to have the pattern.
That's good. Okay, I understand the way you're looking at it. Yep. And it creates, and then you got your M, and then you're like, okay, my candle pattern I wanted to see.
Yep.
Has formed up.
That's how we rock it, buddy.
All
That's
right.
it.
So let me note that.
144. I got about. Oh, I need to go about 220ish. So that's. Oh, I got 25, 30, 35 minutes. Good. Maybe we'll catch something here.
And then, do you only take that pattern at, well, wherever you look left? And if it's at a point of resistance, which is either left, you see the spot, or you are at your level indicators or whatever, that's when you take those. At your 89, there's no, is there a time when that, okay, that I'm not taking that even though it sets up like that? Probably wouldn't even really set up like that unless you're at it.
Right. I was just about to say, assuming that we have the stochastics in the right spot, and because I've already done my homework here and looked left on everything.
Right.
I've already done that. This zone's a little too big. So I've already done my homework. I already, again, everybody knows I have my levels planned out for ages. I've got all my levels planned out all the way up and down. Don't mess with me on levels. I got it.
Well, you need a screenshot of that so I know what levels to look at when you're not around.
I can send you my file.
Yeah, send me your file, please.
My file.
Yes, please.
Okay. Ask me tomorrow. Hugo's a little busy right now. He can't do it, but ask me tomorrow. I would like to get in somewhere on this, but it doesn't look like they want us to do it. And again, I have the ES levels planned out too. I mean, we have to go all the way back down to 4,000 for me to not have an ES level yet.
And all that's on a different screen for you. We don't see that, and that's what I got to get better at too, is building a screen I can look off to my right monitor and go, oh, this is the level, right?
So I don't want my trading screen being so busy. Lulu, hers looks like a freaking Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
Yeah. Well, and it's just things that I think about, like,
oh, come on,
that I got to get better at, that I notice little things each day when we do this, right? That you're bringing them.
And it's things, you say you notice things each day, but why is this not updating? Oh, well. But I'll come back to that later. But it's things that I actually do every day. You just starting to notice them because you've got something in your brain. What was important to you last week, 2 weeks ago, is no longer important because you figured that part out, and now your brain's
exactly. Yeah, I wasn't meaning
freed up some RAM to say, okay, now I see him doing this. Let's ask about that. But no, you're right. I'm not downplaying it. But that's what happens with everybody. That's why I was saying this is what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're not changing. You're staying the same. My mind's just catching up on the stuff that
That's exactly right. Yeah, because I do the same stuff. I never change. I do the exact same stuff every single day, and that's the key. Even in trading, if you have a crappy this is a good thing to say, and I don't mean to cut you off on this, but even if you have a crappy process, but you do the same thing every single day, you're more likely to succeed in trading than not, even
Right.
if your process sucks.
Right. Well, and I mean, I guess that's the point of
Unless your
the
process is selling on oversold stochastics and buying on overbought stochastics, then that's probably not a good process.
right. But that, I mean, that's the benefit of the club, right? Is learning faster, not learning everything and necessarily be told what to do every day, but learning faster to save a person
Well,
time.
this is what I tell people. It's what I told you originally. I don't know if it's learning faster. It's failing faster.
Failing faster, yeah.
Fail faster in trading. Screw it up as much as you can early on. And I'm starting to coach somebody right now, a new member, and that what I told him was like, look, I need you to fail immediately, right out of the gate. I don't want you doing well out of the gate because that's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you. Because then you get a false sense of hope and thinking, you're still doing stuff wrong. And as a coach, I can tell you till I'm blue in the face, this is wrong. But if you made $1,000, you are not going to listen to a freaking word I say.
Yep. Well,
So
when I hadn't done nothing with no one, like not talk to anybody, just watch videos, I did get a couple evals. One I actually won, and dude, I nailed them both, passed them within like 2 days, and I was like, "Dude, this is easy." And
wait,
then
you won one of the eval? Were you one of the winners for the evals?
no, no, it was from somebody else,
Oh, okay.
one of the other people. It was before I found you guys,
Oh,
so
okay. And you thought you were hot stuff because you
yeah,
talked
I
good.
should. I was like, "Dude, this is simple, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And
That
yeah, then yeah, then it comes over and, it's that beautiful girl that comes over and kicks you in the teeth.
happened. That's what a lot of people say the NQ is, and I trained for years and years. Uh, like again, I've been doing this thing for 14 years now, trading, and the the thing I always learned, and my first educator after I lost a bunch of money, I went to this place that had an office, and you could go in every day and trade with them, and I paid them way too much money, but it was just ingrained in me. Don't trade the NQ. It's too squirrely, too much price action. You can't keep up with it.
Oh,
Now that
man.
I look at it with a process that I've been doing for 7 years, I've been on this process for about 7 years now. This type of trading. Let's put it this way: I finally finalized what I wanted to have in my uh, trading rules, about 7 years ago, and this is what you see now. This is what you have. Our
Right,
methodology is what I came up with. I don't say because everything I have I took from somebody else. It's just stuff that made sense to me and it's simple. The point I'm trying to make is once I realized that, and just I was so married to the ES, and that's closed minded on my part. But what did I know? I knew that if I traded this process on the ES, I was right 77% of the time.
right.
Actually, to be exact, 76.8% of the time was my statistic for the longest time, for like 3 years. And 76.8% of the time, I made money, and I was like, I won't change it. And I was so stuck on it, even though I told everybody else, I was like, just use our process on YM. Just use our process. Now, I did trade the YM for a while and did well with it. Use it on the NQ, use it on Go, blah, blah, blah. And I never did it myself. And now I'm doing it on the NQ, and it's just the same stuff. It's the same thing. When we're talking about the setups, like this was actually, here's a funny one. Here's a really funny one. Look at this. So you didn't get the setup on the NQ, but the ES gave you a perfect setup in my mind, and the way I look at it. See the difference? And I would have taken that trade on the ES, wouldn't have taken it on the NQ right now.
Mhm.
And if I were paying attention, I probably would have seen the ES stall out here and said, okay, this is a good NQ trade. That would be a smart thing to do.
Did you feel this morning trading the NQ? Now, you probably didn't because you've done it for so long and you know your setups,
No,
right?
I didn't. I
But
didn't have any
did
issues whatsoever.
right, not even like a little bit of speed, like a new person going from ES to NQ, like the reactions and the
No,
no, no.
no, No. You saw me on camera. Look on camera.
I know.
Well,
I'm just asking for the new person like me, right? Because Paul always talks about, well, you can get tore up on the NQ. You can get tore up on the NQ.
Well,
For you, no, but for a person going, I might, I guess what I was asking is, did you feel like you maybe needed to, react a little quicker than you would on the ES, or
no, it's the
no?
same
Okay,
setups.
same setup.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for the exact same. Look at the charts. Tell me
Yeah.
these two charts don't look identical.
Oh yeah, no, I get you. I mean, I learned
Same
that
setup.
from you from the beginning, right?
No.
Like that one follows the other, right?
Oh
One's
yeah.
a mirror of the other. So, and it just depends on if they're in sync or one may be a little bit ahead of the other,
Just
right?
every now and then you get one that's ahead of the
Yeah,
other, and when you know one's ahead of the other, then
right,
the other one's going to go that direction with it.
right,
That's the one thing that you can say is a little different. Is I don't I don't usually look for the NQ to lead. That's the only thing. But again, at the end of the day, if I'm only trading those setups, I don't think it matters. You're going to see the setup form at the same time on the ES, and here's a good example. You're going to see it takes the same amount of time for the ES to set up, because this setup finished here on the short at 13:55.24, right? 13:35.24.
35, 20.
This setup finished on the NQ at 13:35.14, exact same time.
Yep.
So faster? I don't believe. I don't. People say
Right.
that. It's just. It's not faster. It's just a. a okay. Here's what we're comparing. You're comparing a $6,500 market to a $25,000
$25,000. Sure.
market.
Yep. Yep. Makes
So
sense.
the it's not faster. It's just bigger.
Bigger. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's a better way to put it. I mean,
It
we're
is.
talking about.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah. So you just have to adjust. You've got to adjust your. People look at it from a monetary standpoint. I look at it from a uh, from so I think most people say it's faster because you can lose money faster and gain money faster in the NQ than you can in the ES for the most part. But it's because
Right.
of the size of the market.
Right.
And the actual price action is almost identical. So if you're trading based on the dollar amounts, yeah, that's pucker factor, right?
Right.
But if you're trading based on price action, it should be the exact same thing. There should be
Same.
no pucker, just
Yeah.
different size orders. Like I just made a 2 contract ATM here for this new eval, and you're gonna have a 12 tick stop with on the ES, and usually probably in something like this, maybe a 6 tick target. You can't do that with NQ. That's silly. You got to be hit 80 tick and 32 ticks is what I'm gonna go for, and I'll adjust my stop accordingly. But and then I have a break even in there of negative 32 ticks when it hits the target. But that's the only thing that changes. And Paul talks about this all the time. If the dollar amount is too heavy for you on the NQ, trade the MNQ.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with trading 6 MNQ contracts and taking 3 targets off and having 3 that trail, or even 4. I mean, you can do well with two.
And you're in 2/3 the price.
Right. I mean,
So
again, like me, I ran.
and you can scale that down. You can be half price. You could be quarter price, right? 1/10 of the price by one contract.
Right. And
So right.
you where it was $20 a point, now it's $2. That's not going to hurt
Yep.
anybody.
Yep.
And everybody wants to hit these home runs on the NQ, and they're like, oh yeah. You have two schools. Trade the MQ, you can make way more money. Don't trade the MQ, it's too scary. And I'm like, well, no, it's not.
Well, the thing is the MNQ, if you, which I'm not good at, but if you learn to scale into it, you make really good money just off the MNQ. Well, what
Oh,
do we say? Stretch does it every day.
$1,400. He does. He was rocking about $1,000 a day on the MES.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, the it's just the thing is you don't have to, huh? I wish we'd get a little rally to sell. I'm not going to do anything silly this afternoon. D nice, is that what you're asking? Hop on the mic. You can get on the mic.
Hey, you guys, don't let me manipulate the mic here
Yeah,
in the
hop on the
room.
mic.
Well, I appreciate
I
that.
love having Rusty here because you guys don't do it. You guys don't ask the questions.
Well, yeah, but they're not. I mean, people aren't as comfortable as I am, right? Like, I mean,
No, not as many people
so
want to.
yeah. Well, it's good. It's why we're all. Well, thank you. Get my wife to tell me that. No, I'm just no. Actually, my wife. I got to tell this little story here. Is I come in and I was kind of timid, right? Like, and I'm not a timid person at all, but with this trading, I was. And she come in here and sat in the chair at her computer behind me in our office, and and she was watching me trade, and she's like, "No, just leave it. Move your stop loss down," you know. And she knows very little. She's like, "Leave it. Why are you timid about this, and you're not timid about anything else in your life, right?" Like, and then I was like, "Good." We come out like $800. She's like, "See, I told you." Then walks out, drop the mic, walks out. I'm like, "Just leave. You know me too well. Leave."
I love
You know.
that.
She's a wonderful woman, but yeah. Uh, no,
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 she's
she
just
wouldn't.
she's doing her job, telling him what to do.
Telling me what to do, right? Like, but every time she comes in and she watches and we talk and I trade and, she'll ask questions. She knew what my stop loss was, right? And she knew I'd moved it and up because I was timid about it. And it's like, dude, just move back down. Why are you doing it for this and not for every? You never do that. You're never timid about anything.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
so,
funny how trading does that to people, though. Oh, we just missed a setup. Watch,
yeah,
we
it's
might have a
money.
setup. We might be getting set up, guys.
Yep.
Maybe getting set up. Hold. Oh,
No.
it missed that past us. Oh well. Dang.
Well, maybe it'll bounce back up and get double top.
Maybe trading makes people do weird things. I tell you guys. I mean, up until about literally 6 years ago, I was 6 or 7 years ago. I still wasn't. I was in the game for probably 7 or 8 years at that point. I was trading, and I'm still was timid at a lot of the time, most of the time trading. It hasn't been. I gotta be honest with you. It wasn't until I opened my own trade room that I wasn't timid trading. Kind of forcing yourself to do the out of the box thing. It's like your fear of flying. You take
Yeah,
more flights, get on more
take
flights.
more fights. Yep. Get that feel, what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, what about me is what I don't like, and it's why I like it here, is we're doing everything real time. You get in with some of these, well, not get in, but I mean, you watch some of these things, and they never show live trading. They go back. Well, it looks like, yeah, man, this is the easiest thing ever when you look back. And you're like, "Oh, that's what this is stupid easy, right?" Well, it's not that easy when it's printing it right in front of you,
Right.
you know?
But it kind
And
of is
you
that easy when it's doing it in front. If you
if you know what to look for and
and you
what you
have the
want.
confidence that your trade's going to work.
Right. Right. But I didn't, like until right now, I didn't really understand, and even though you went over it 2 or 3 times, I didn't really understand what you were looking for, like, on those candlestick setups.
And you still won't for
I still won't.
you'll still have times where you're like, wait a minute, show me that again.
Yep, exactly. And but I learned when I was in college and stuff that taking courses on teaching firefighters of all people, but um it was it's real simple. You show them once, you tell them, show them again, you tell them again, show them again, you tell them again, and then they're going to ask you a week later how to do it, and then you tell them again and show them again until finally they just go away and they know it. There's no ha-ha moment really, right? It just kind of you just kind of move on, and that's the same thing we reiterated a little bit ago about I see the I see the overall picture, and I'm not as amped up to try to watch everything. So now I've picked up that you're having two screens that have longer time frames over here and your levels over here and all that. So
I have have charts to the left of me, charts to the right.
And it's
I got, so if you look coming in from the left, I have my analysis screens. Coming in from or your right, and coming in from my right, and coming in from the left, I have another trade screen over there. I have another trade screen down here. I have another chart of my data box over here. I have just stuff laid out so I can look
right.
back and forth across the, and it's in a manner that makes sense to me. So I don't know. I like to look right to. That was a good short. It just again didn't set up the way I wanted it set up. That did not set up the way I wanted it set up, or I was taking it. So this is to talk about the learning part of it. Is I wrote teach back on the screen because I'm a huge fan of the moment you learn something, go find somebody to teach it to. I don't care if it's your
Yeah.
dog.
Yep.
Go find somebody to teach it to, and you're going to most likely more often you'll keep that knowledge, you'll keep that education in your brain longer than if, like you said, I'm going to teach you how to do it, and then you're going to come back tomorrow and ask me how to do it again.
Yep.
I'll teach you how to do it and come back tomorrow. Why don't you do me a favor? Teach it back to me. And that you do a good job of that, though. You actually do a good job of when I teach something and say, and then you turn around and say, okay, let me spell it out. And I try to get people to do that, and that's a hard thing. It shouldn't be that hard for people to do. I just told you, this is the candle pattern I'm looking for. Show me now. You tell me the candle pattern I'm looking for. No, you actually show. I
No,
can't.
yep.
No, you show me the candle pattern I'm looking for. No. You actually do it. Oh no, I can't do that. But I just showed you. So teach it back to somebody, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Odds are, most of the time when you teach it back, you'll know if you're doing it wrong. Anyway, that's a big.
All right.
Big,
Here, you got a couple minutes left, right?
yeah.
All right. Let's go back at today at 1:14 p.m. your
Oh,
time.
that was the trade I missed. I think was that 114.
Yeah.
Oh, here, yeah.
And let me see if I'm going to call this right. So at right at 1:15, you got the little green candle. You can kind of see it slowing down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of goes there. Then you have the big red candle, and then the high wick. Then you have the solid green candle, and then you got the double wick, right, at the 1:15:16. Then you're going to see this inside candle form, and then the longer the wick. So this is stopping right here. You can see like these bottoms are all almost matching up, right, on all those.
By the way, this is what I would consider a perfect setup.
Okay. And then you got that doji candle, we'll call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the little green candle. So these are all this big round top, and they're all stopping at the bottom. So there's a hard. Then you get that big red one, right? So really having your entry, once you see those first 3 or 4 candles, set your stop limit right below that. Boom, it catches it and take the rundown. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I would on this one I'd either have a buy stop or a sell stop. Sorry,
Or sell stop. Yeah,
Sell stop
right below.
here, like right there.
Yep.
Or this is a setup because it's a perfect setup, and I see this happens on if you have the right tick chart setting on the asset class. This setup happens on every single asset class. And by the way, a lot of times this is how I figure out if the tick size is the right size. So I'd have a sell stop here. Let me explain a little bit more to this. The reason
Sure.
I call this a perfect setup is I love seeing these tiny little candles. Oh, come on. I can't draw this afternoon. What's wrong with me? Do that one more time. So I love seeing these tiny little candles like this one here. Okay. I call them professional candles. I don't care what anybody wants to say about me calling professional candles. Only reason I call it professional candles is because nobody can stop price for this small ticks on the NQ other than the institution. That's usually my sign. I love that. I love seeing the tiny little candle as price coming up, and then you start building this little structure where you have the little candle here that you talked about, the wick here, and then it just stays here. It kind of starts forming that little M.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like to have this inside candle. Typically, when I see this setup, when I see this candle look like this, no wick above, and the body of it's tiny, I'll probably go at the market on that one.
Okay.
That's usually an indication that there's a reason it stopped here. There's a reason it stayed the same here. That usually means it's going in your direction. And that looks like a smiley face with some hair on top. And there's an eyebrow. There you go. Weird nose.
Wow. That just went left quick.
It's Head and Shoulders. This
Head and
little
Shoulders.
robot guy.
Yeah. There you go. Dude, you're pretty good with that pen. Do you draw on stuff in real life?
I had to get good at it.
I had to get good at it.
I had to get good at it. I really would like to find one trade, but I'm not going to push it. I don't really need to, but I'd like to. You guys, so when I have to go today, I want you guys practice looking for these things. Yeah, I showed on the ES as well. It doesn't matter. Probably the exact same pattern on the ES. Oh, there you go. Pretty close. Pretty darn
close. Yeah.
See, and this is what I'm talking about.
You had the same stops.
The small exact same pattern, right?
Yeah.
Now on the ES here, I probably would have had the sell stop because on the NQ, these candles formed at the bottom of the pattern. On the ES, they were slightly above it, so I would have waited for this candle to go at the market or had the sell stop in.
Okay, let's take this one step further. Go to your left. Stay right there. Go to your left with your little more left. See that bounce up right there? The pullback, the below where you're at. Why isn't that? You got two little candles, right?
They're not at the bottom of the structure. At the top of the structure means they're going to continue to go up. At the bottom, they're probably going to continue to go down. And you didn't get any other what I call institutional candle back here. So I would not, again, so this is one that I would say, that if I draw it out, I would need some candles come down here with wicks, like a wicky candle here. That's how that pattern would have to finish for me, or I wouldn't take the trade.
Okay. Well,
this would be a sell stop for me anyway, instead of at the market on this one.
Right. Okay.
Because then, again, if this is the way, I don't know how to teach this to people online other than drawing a box and say, look, you get a structure being formed. There's some kind of structure being formed here. Draw a box around it. And when it breaks the structure, that's when you take the trade. I don't know another way to teach that type of price action training online other than that. Because I can sit here. The big thing about that is you can go back and Monday morning quarterback this and this. Right. But when you see it forming in real time, it looks way different to you. Way different.
Right. Exactly.
So the only way to get good at this, and that's why I say practice this. You guys should probably practice it when I have to go this afternoon. Is practice finding these. Maybe we get a rally that I can sell this afternoon. Now, again, Paul would probably take a short here back through 77.
Yeah, he would,
especially with double top. For me, is this setting up right? Not really. This is not setting up right for me. Especially now that this candle had to have some push to it, and it's not. It's forming too slow. That typically means that somebody's trying to reverse this further up, or else it would have just finished and continued down. And this is the stuff that when I'm training people. By the way, members, is this helping? Tom, Kevin, Stan, Lulu, Gunter, Jim. I see. I can't pull the trigger on that trade. It's not perfect to me. And I'm looking here at the ES as well, and that looks junky as well.
But to Paul though, that's a coffee win. That's a coffee win, right?
And it's a valid setup for everybody that wants to trade it.
Yeah.
I would not argue with you trading this setup. I would not. It's just not mine.
But that's where my knowledge of like the ATM to come in and grab that scalp of $100, and I need to work on that to grab it, have it hit 2 targets, leave the runner, and if it stops me out, I still don't have that. But I'll work on that. I'll switch to sim this afternoon. I'm pretty hyped up with passing that one eval, even though it
Good
was
job.
lucky. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? So,
Well, I don't know.
well, I mean,
I think trading would rather be good.
yeah, right.
Well,
But
if you take a screenshot of the trade, we'll review it before I have to go.
what, that trade down?
The one you took on the way up. That pass
Oh,
eval.
the ones on.
Yeah, if you want me to rip it up and
Yeah,
talk about it.
let's see. Let me turn my.
So while he's looking for that, for me, why is this not my setup? Well, there's two. First of all, the first time it came here, too big. This is too big of a move for me. Now, again, you could have looked at this and said, okay, well, it started to get a little bit smaller here with this indecision candle, and you did have the small candle we were talking about there that you could look at for the sell there. But for me, I don't think I could have taken this without a momentum candle, which means that my entry had to been down here somewhere, and my stop still starts up here. I'm not doing that. That's just too big of a risk for me, and that's just me being conservative on that. So that's why I wouldn't. That's why. And typically, you see something like that, no follow through. Here, watch. This is a good one. While Rusty's finding that, the good setups, the setups that you see that typically are good tend to come with follow through, meaning it continues to run in your direction. Because I'm not looking for the scalps. I got to be honest. I'm not looking for scalps, and this would technically be a scalp. Not looking for it. I'm looking for a bigger trade. And again, too many candles in this pattern. Well, for a long, if you want to take a long, so let's do it with momentum. Not a good setup for me. Rally up here again. We just talked about that one. Let me find. This was the one that took off, and after looking back at it, I do like the setup. It just happened, formed too fast. But again, good setups typically come with follow through, and then you had that little professional candle as well. You have a rally up here, same type as the one we just looked at. Too big of a structure here, and it pushes higher. That's too much risk, and there you go, no follow through on it. Nice little structure here on the W. Guess what? You get follow through. It's a good trade. Nice structure here. You get follow through. Good trade. Let's look for something with over
Properties.
Oh, Grace. Yeah, you tell that Amazon guy. You tell him, Grace. You tell that Amazon guy. I'm guessing it's the Amazon guy. Yeah, let's find another one. So this, I couldn't trade this. Look at this. There's another one. Small little structure here. Planned out. Follow through. I don't trade. I don't like trading the pin tops or whatever you want to call them. Double top. Look, I like this. That's clean, really clean double top. Follow through. I again don't like trading these. Now every now and then I'll do an inverse head and shoulders or a head and shoulders pattern on the tick chart because those tend to work really well. It's just a bigger risk. All this, I'd skip all this. I would skip every bit of this over. Maybe this one would be okay for me because it's not that big on the long side. This is perfect. This is ideal. The bee's knees. These two sell signals, sell setups are perfect for me. I would probably look at this. Wouldn't touch this. This interesting one. I think I would probably be inclined to look at it because it's just not a very big risk one. What time is it? Oh, I actually took this trade. Never mind. I did take this trade. I mismanaged to stop a little bit. I got out off the bounce on this line. I don't know why I did that. I think it was because of the amount I had in the trade. This is an easy one for me. Bigger M. Don't know about this. I probably would trade this. It just, that doesn't set up right to me. No green candles, no battle for price here. Don't like it. Probably pass on that too. Too many candles. Definitely pass on this. Too many candles. This probably take nice little M. You guys want me to keep going? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, keep going. I'm trying to find this. I'm not good at this. Because all I show like right now, here,
So here is one that I would have to think about. I would really have to think about this just because of how it sets up. It's not super clean. I don't know how to say that better, but the structure isn't symmetrical. There you go. I'm looking for symmetrical structures. This, just because it's so tiny and small, that would be an easy trade to take. Again, I pass on a lot of this stuff. I pass on a lot of stuff. Double bottom, I might look at that if I was thinking long at that point.
time was that?
Like, this is, where's that trade I missed with you guys? I mean, I had this nice long after we, when was that? Or is it short? I guess I can go back and look. Maybe on this short, but again, we're looking at longs at this point. Pass on that. Pass on that. Pass on this. This I would probably look at if I was looking for shorts. That I totally would look at. This great structure, love that. Now looking back at this, because this is an area where I wasn't trading this morning, and looking back now, I'm saying, well, there were some good trades we had in here. Not a lot of setups I like, but there was definitely one setup I like right there. There's another one. I really like this. This is a good one. Anytime with a wick on top, and then you have the price stopping, and then it takes off. I like that. This I would look at on the long side. So small risk, tiny little candles. I'd probably get in on this candle. I would look at this because I like this coming with the wicks, and no, even the green candle couldn't push up above it. None of these candles could push above this area. I'd probably look at that on the short side. This is an easy one. Little W long. Anyway, so that's all I do all day long. Look at that same thing over and over. All right, go ahead. What was your do? I've got a couple minutes, and then I got a boogie woogie.
Go ahead and boogie. I will track this down.
Oh, you don't have to trade. Okay.
No. Like I said, I'm not good at this part of it.
We're getting up to an area where, you know, to go to data series to turn on the markers. Okay. And you can find it if you do text markers. Just go put it on the account you're on, and then go to your data series and turn on text and markers. I don't know. I keep change my chair that I sit in, and I keep listing to the left. Keep on listening to the left. All right, I'm gonna close out the thing that we're doing online.